Imagine the impossible. What if we could live forever? It's a question that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Stories, myths, and legends all grapple with this tantalizing possibility. Imagine a world where death is not the end, where aging is a thing of the past. What would it mean for our societies, our planet, and our very understanding of what it means to be human? Today we stand on the precipice of scientific breakthroughs that could make this age-old dream a reality. Advances in genetics, nanotechnology, and medicine are pushing the boundaries of human lifespan. While true immortality might still be a distant goal, the possibility of significantly extending human life is no longer science fiction. But is this something we should be striving for? The prospect of immortality raises profound questions about the nature of life, death, and our place in the universe. It challenges our fundamental assumptions about the human condition and forces us to confront the potential consequences of such a radical transformation. Join me as we explore the awe-inspiring and thought-provoking implications of a world where humans could live forever. Let's delve into the potential benefits and challenges, the ethical dilemmas, and the profound impact such a reality would have on our planet and our species. Let the journey begin. What if we stopped dying? Imagine a world without funerals, without cemeteries, without the constant reminder of our own mortality. In a world without death, life takes on a whole new meaning. The fear of death, a fundamental human experience, could disappear altogether. This profound shift would ripple through every aspect of society. Our relationship with time would be fundamentally altered. Long-term planning wouldn't be for decades, but for centuries or even millennia. Education, careers, and even relationships might look vastly different in a society where individuals have potentially unlimited time. The very structure of society, built around the cycle of birth and death, would be upended. Governments, institutions, and even our legal systems would need to adapt to a world where individuals could outlive nations and civilizations. The end of death would be a paradigm shift unlike anything humanity has ever experienced. It would be a future full of both incredible promise and unprecedented challenges, a future that demands our careful consideration and exploration. Forever young? Not so fast. When we dream of immortality, we often picture ourselves in the prime of our lives, forever young, healthy, and full of vitality. But the reality of extended lifespan might be quite different. While we might be able to slow down or even reverse the aging process, achieving true biological immortality is a far more complex challenge. Even if we could live for centuries, our bodies would still be subject to wear and tear. Accidents, injuries, and the accumulation of environmental damage could still take their toll. The question then becomes, would we be able to maintain our physical and mental capabilities indefinitely, or would we face the prospect of extended lives marked by frailty and decline? Moreover, the concept of eternal youth raises its own set of questions. Would we remain forever fixed in our prime, or would we continue to age, albeit at a much slower rate? What would it mean for our sense of identity and continuity if our physical forms were to change dramatically over centuries or millennia? The quest for immortality is not simply about extending lifespan. It's about understanding the intricate relationship between our physical bodies, our minds, and the very essence of what it means to be human. Too many people, too little space? One of the most pressing concerns about extending human lifespan is the potential impact on our planet's already strained resources. With people living longer, even a slight decrease in the death rate could lead to a population explosion. Imagine billions, even trillions of people competing for the same finite resources. This raises the question, could Earth sustain such a massive population? The answer is likely no, not without radical changes to our way of life. We would need to find innovative solutions for food production, water management, and energy generation. Section 5. A planet under pressure. Can Earth handle immortality? Imagine a world where generation after generation lives on, consuming resources, generating waste, and leaving their footprint on the planet. The environmental impact of such a scenario is staggering. Forests, already dwindling at an alarming rate, would face even greater pressure. Pollution, climate change, and the loss of biodiversity would accelerate, pushing our planet to the brink. The quest for immortality cannot come at the cost of our planet's health. If we are to even consider the possibility of extending human life indefinitely, we must prioritize sustainable living, responsible consumption, and environmental stewardship. Section 6. The Hunger Games: Food, Water, and Energy in an Ageless Society. Let's talk about the basics: food, water, and energy. In a world teeming with people living far longer lives, meeting these fundamental needs would become an even greater challenge. Traditional agricultural practices would likely prove insufficient. We would need to explore alternative protein sources, vertical farming techniques, and sustainable water management solutions. Energy demands would skyrocket. Renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal would need to be massively scaled up. Moreover, we would need to rethink our consumption patterns and embrace a more circular economy to minimize waste and maximize resource utilization. Section 7. The Ethics of Eternity. Is living forever even right? The prospect of immortality isn't just a scientific or logistical challenge, it's a moral and ethical minefield. If we could stop death, should we? Who would get to live forever? Would immortality be available to everyone? Or would it be a privilege reserved for the wealthy and powerful? Some argue that extending life indefinitely is unnatural, that death is an integral part of the cycle of life. Others worry about the psychological and social implications of living in a world where generations no longer turn over, where the same individuals hold power and influence for centuries. The ethical dilemmas raised by immortality are complex and multifaceted, with no easy answers. They demand careful consideration, open dialogue, and a willingness to grapple with the profound implications of tampering with the fundamental nature of human existence. Section 8. The Meaning of Life. If we live forever, what's the point? Death in many ways gives life meaning. It provides a sense of urgency, a reminder to make the most of the limited time we have. But in a world without death, would life lose its meaning? If we had an eternity to accomplish our goals, would we still be driven to achieve them? Would we become complacent, adrift in a sea of endless tomorrows? Or would we find new and profound ways to find purpose and fulfillment in a life without end? These questions strike at the very heart of what it means to be human. They force us to grapple with our own mortality, our values, and the things that give our lives meaning. Section 9. Love and Loss in an Ageless World. Can love last forever? Love, loss, and the intricate tapestry of human relationships would be profoundly altered in a world without death. Imagine the joy of spending centuries with your soulmate, watching your family tree grow over generations. But imagine, too, the pain of lost love magnified, the potential for heartbreak and grief stretched out over lifetimes. Would the bonds of marriage hold strong in the face of eternity? Would we seek out multiple partners experiencing a lifetime of loves and losses? The dynamics of family life would be transformed. Parents might see their children, grandchildren, and even great-great-grandchildren grow old and have families of their own. The concept of generational turnover, a fundamental aspect of human societies, would disappear, replaced by a complex web of interconnected lives spanning centuries. Section 10. Immortality, Utopia, or Dystopia. The dream of immortality is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it holds the promise of a world without the pain of loss, a world where we could spend eons exploring, learning, and creating. We could witness the rise and fall of civilizations, unlock the secrets of the universe, and achieve levels of knowledge and wisdom unimaginable today. But this utopian vision comes with a dark side. A world of immortals could easily descend into overpopulation, resource depletion, and social unrest. The gap between the haves and have-nots could widen into an unbridgeable chasm, leading to conflict and instability. Imagine a world where the same individuals hold power for centuries, where social mobility is non-existent, and the weight of eternity stifles innovation and progress. This is the dystopian nightmare that could arise if we fail to address the ethical, social, and environmental challenges of extending human lifespan. Section 11. The Future of Forever, a question for the ages. The quest for immortality is a journey into uncharted territory. It's a journey fraught with both peril and promise, a journey that will test our ingenuity, our ethics, and our very understanding of what it means to be human. As we stand on the cusp of this brave new world, we must proceed with caution, guided by wisdom, compassion, and a deep respect for the delicate balance of life on Earth. The future of forever is in our hands. Let's make sure it's a future worthy of our aspirations, a future where humanity can truly thrive, not just survive.